Nobody expected the cameras to catch it. Not on this quiet afternoon when the stadium lights were off, the seats empty, and the world unaware that something unbelievable was about to happen on the bullpen mound behind the dugout. It begins with the sound of a single baseball hitting a glove, sharp, echoing, almost like a warning. A signal that greatness is awake. Shohei Ohtani steps into frame first. Not smiling, not joking, just focused, eyes narrowed, jaw set, like a man about to reveal a secret he's kept hidden for years. Next comes Yoshinobu Yamamoto, cautious but curious, walking slowly as if entering a dojo instead of a bullpen. His hands are tucked behind his back, and the slight tilt of his head shows he knows something extraordinary is coming. Then Masataka Yoshida appears with a grin, until he realizes what's happening. The grin fades into a look of disbelief. Because standing before them is not just a teammate, but a master. Ohtani picks up a baseball, turning it in his hand like a magician preparing his final illusion. He doesn't speak at first. He simply lets the ball roll across his fingers, showing a grip that feels too perfect, too refined, too dangerous. Yamamoto leans forward, eyes locked on the seams. Yoshida freezes, barely breathing. Then Ohtani says it, softly, almost like a confession. Are you ready to see something I've never shown anyone before? The air tightens around them. The bullpen suddenly feels smaller, as if the walls are leaning in to listen. Ohtani raises his arm and delivers the first pitch. It doesn't just move, it vanishes. A blur, a whisper, a pitch that seems to bend the laws of physics before slamming into the catcher's glove with a brutal thud. Yamamoto's mouth drops open. Yoshida takes a step back instinctively, like the ball might still be searching for him. What was that? Yamamoto finally manages. Ohtani smirks, just enough to reveal the thrill he gets from seeing others stunned. A variation of my slider, he says. But with a twist. He spins the ball again, letting them see the grip, only for a moment. Then he shifts his fingers. A second grip. A third, each one more complicated, more impossible, than the last. Yamamoto tries it. His first throw cuts too early. The second dives into the dirt. The third nearly hits Yoshida. Yoshida flinches. Ohtani laughs, not mockingly, but like a teacher who knows the lesson will hurt before it helps. Then it happens. Yamamoto adjusts his thumb, curls his index finger slightly inward, and fires. The ball slices through the air like a blade. Sharp, precise, deadly. Ohtani nods, impressed. That's it. Yamamoto lowers his arm slowly, almost afraid to believe what he just did. But Ohtani isn't done. He turns to Yoshida. You're not a pitcher, he says gently. But you should understand what you're facing. Yoshida swallows hard. He steps to the plate, no bat, just himself standing there like a man facing a storm. Ohtani winds up. This time, it's a splitter. But not the splitter the world knows. Not the splitter that made hitters collapse in frustration. This one starts at the chest and drops to the knees with the speed of lightning. A perfect illusion, a pitch that seems to teleport from one plane to another. Yoshida blinks twice, stunned. If someone throws that at me, he whispers, I'm retiring. Ohtani laughs again, but only for a moment. Because then he turns serious. Really serious. You both have greatness. But greatness grows when we share it. Yamamoto stares at him like he's witnessing something sacred. Yoshida nods slowly, absorbing every word. Ohtani places the baseball in Yamamoto's hand, not tossing it, but setting it gently in his palm. A passing of knowledge. A passing of responsibility. Now, Ohtani says, show me your best, and I'll make it better. Yamamoto winds up. His pitch snaps with violent precision, fueled by adrenaline and inspiration. Ohtani catches it effortlessly, but even he raises an eyebrow. Again, the next pitch is faster. Sharper. More alive. Again. They repeat this rhythm, pitch, catch, adjust, repeat, until the sun begins to set behind the stadium, painting the bullpen in gold and orange. Then it's Yoshida's turn again. He steps into the imaginary batter's box, Ohtani pitching, Yamamoto watching. The dynamic shifts. Ohtani unleashes another variation, this one slower, looping, teasing. A pitch designed to trap hitters into bad decisions. Yoshida finally swings, not with a bat but with instinct. His hips twist, his eyes track the invisible ball, his entire body responding to the imagined strike. Ohtani smiles. That's how you read it. The three of them burst into laughter, relieved, bonded, united by the moment. But then the bullpen falls quiet again. Because Ohtani steps back and looks at them not as teammates, not as friends, but as warriors preparing for battle. One day, he says softly, the world will see what Japan can do. And when that day comes, we do it together. Yamamoto nods. Yoshida places a hand over his chest. And in that silent, electrifying moment, you can feel it. The weight of the future. The promise of glory. The spark of something legendary forming right before our eyes. Ohtani picks up the final baseball, spins it once, and fires it into the glove with a thunderous crack that echoes like destiny calling. The bullpen door swings open. The night takes over. The lesson ends. But what happened there? The secret grips, the impossible pitches, the shared pursuit of greatness will echo across seasons, across continents, across history. Because this wasn't just three players practicing. It was the birth of a new chapter. A new fire. A new legend. And somewhere in the quiet shadows of that stadium, baseball itself felt the shift. A storm is coming. And it begins with Ohtani, Yamamoto, and Yoshida standing together on a forgotten bullpen mound, rewriting what the world believes is possible.